God and religion. I mean, clearly, belief in God is central um, to the lives and purpose of living for many people. I mean, people turn to God, the concept of God, because normally they have private or open sort of monotonous or monotonous discussion about God when they are experiencing calamities of a personal or social nature. As you were saying, God, why art thou forsaken me? Why not help me? I need you. And I imagine that's it really. I can see where many people have a need for God. This need, of course, is something that we have been socialized into. We have been conditioned into. I mean, I often say that people are born prisoners to their faith. Um, Probably the more fortunate amongst us are able to choose their faiths from a variety of faiths. For other people, they have been born into this particular faith and they're expected to follow it and they are conditioned into it. And therefore, the concept of God is central to our being um, in some respects. Um, but what happens if there isn't any God? Um, is it wrong for a person to debate, to ask the question, is there a God? And if there is a God, what does he or she or it looks like? Again, I have said in the past that it is my belief, if you like, that we make a God into our own image. And this is why, as I have said, in Islam, they made God called Allah. In Christianity, it is Jehovah, as it is in Hebrew. For Sikhs, for Hindus, they probably have their own forms of God. Ancient Egyptians, it might be the sun, Iris. Again, each tribe, ethnic group, race, if you like, seem to have formed God in their own image rather than God forming them into his own image. But I pose the question again, suppose there is no God. Over the years, you will have had billions of people living, committing their lives to what they have been told and what they probably come to believe is what God requires of them. Today, we have got preachers who have become billionaires, millionaires in Africa, in America, in Asia, in South America, all out of selling religion, selling their interpretation of the Bible, of the scriptures, of the Quran, making it into their own. I'm not so much aware of, if you like, Islam being exploited as much as Christianity um, to enable people to make money. I mean, today, religion, Christianity, has become a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. There's no other way, in my view, to explain it. It has been exploited beyond belief, with everybody wanting to make money out of it, in telling people how they think God wants them to live. Now, a lot of people would give up being happy in this life and suffer terrible hardship, not because they have to, but because they feel that they need to, if they are to have a better life in the afterlife, if you like. Of course, again I said, what happens if there is no God and if there is no afterlife? Does that mean that people would be giving up their opportunity to enjoy happiness in this life for even probably a brief moment? If you look at the infinity of time, I mean, our lifetime, whether we live up to 100 or whatever, is still flashes by. So probably I can understand why some people might choose to give this up in the hope, the belief, unproven, that after they die, they will probably live forever. They will enjoy paradise for eternity. I imagine that is the paradox of some people, that you should want to give up that which you have, sacrifice it, in the hope that you will have something better, but with no proof of that. That seems to me to be problematic and, yes, somewhat incomprehensible, but still, there are millions of people who seem to believe that. So if there is no God, of course, it really doesn't matter whether you believed in God, whether you believe in the afterlife or not, because in the end, whether you believe or not, the end is the end. And once you are at the end, you are not in a position to experience anything, because your life will be at an end as much as it's a conscious life. You're able to say, this is me, or this is I. What exists after death, in my view, will not be a conscious thing. So you are not going to be able to say, hi, I'm enjoying this or I am enjoying that, because, yes, you're dead. Thank you for listening.